Hey everybody, what's going on? This is Coach Matt Ellis, EliteThrowsCoaching.com. Thank you guys all so much for tuning in to the video. Before we get started today, as always, I just wanted to remind you to go down below, click that subscribe button if you haven't already. That way you get all of our videos, all of our drills, everything that's updated here on the channel. And make sure to leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys want to learn about and I'll cover it in a future video. Also, make sure to click that like button as well. It really helps out the channel. All right, so as you can see, I am here in the indoor throwing circle and we're gonna be doing some drills. Now, every Monday, my goal is to do a video for you Monday night. That way on Tuesday, before you get out to practice, you have a new drill waiting for you. Now, today's drill is a little bit different because it corrects a problem that I see with a lot of throwers, mostly glide shot putters, and it's indoor track season right now, so we have a lot of people out there that are doing glide, a lot of people out there that are in the middle of their season. The championship meets and the bigger invites and the state qualifiers are coming, and we want to make sure that you are using good technique when it comes to glide shot. Now, this is also a problem that I see with rotational shot and with discus, so this is going to help you out too if you are having this issue. Okay, so here's the big issue. You can see I've got the camera at a little bit of a weird angle so that you guys can see the circle, and especially so that you can see the toe board and keeping an eye on my left foot. Now, as a right-handed thrower, my left foot is my blocking foot. That is the foot that is closest to the toe board. Now, if you've watched any of my videos in the past, I feel personally, this is me, I feel personally that when you teach somebody a good standing throw position, a good power position, this is what you want to see. You basically want to have a really good heel-toe position. Okay, we've all covered this before, so let's go over it real quick. Good heel-toe position, you're going to step back, you're going to shift all of your weight onto your power leg, you're going to turn back and you're going to face the back of the circle. You're going to face 12 o'clock, okay? Now, if you notice my left foot, this is how I teach the power position. My blocking foot, my left foot is up on the toe, okay? So I'm not flat-footed, I don't have the foot turned, and I'm not just sort of lazily putting it on the side. I purposely teach my athletes to start their power position up on the ball or the very tip of their big toe. We do this for a few reasons. Number one, I like to teach my athletes how to ground. So grounding is essentially when all of your weight is back, everything is on your power leg, and you're going to turn and put the foot flat. Now, what does that do? That initiates the block. So you're going to turn and put the foot flat as your left arm starts to open. So imagine a shot in my hand, turn, put the foot flat. I still have my weight back on the right leg. I still have my weight back on the power leg. The knee, the hip, and the ankle are all stacked up, and I've grounded this blocking foot. Now I can start to turn the right knee. I can start to pull the left arm, and I can start to push the ball. But it all starts with grounding. So to add one more thing to this, you can see that, or you can kind of picture in your head, when you do glide and you come out of the back of the circle, when you land in the power position, when you end up in the power position, I know a lot of coaches out there don't like that word land, but basically when you end up in the power position, you want it to look the same as if you were doing a power position throw or a standing throw. You want to have the ball or the very tip of the big toe on the ground, on the cement. You don't want to be here. You don't want to be open. You want to touch the tip and then turn and ground. Touch, turn, and ground. Touch, turn, and ground. But what I start to see a lot is that athletes, especially gliders, they kind of get in this habit of reaching for the toe board. They get in this habit of kind of like trying to play footsie with the toe board, where they come out of the back of the circle, they do their glide, they come out of the back of the circle, the power foot touches first, and then instead of putting the big toe on the ground and then grounding and opening, they kind of start to turn this foot in midair and start to like reach like they're trying to play footsie with the toe board. They kind of reach and open it too early. So as it's coming down to the cement circle, they're reaching and shifting their weight and falling onto that blocking foot. So instead of being a 1-2, it's sort of a turn it in the air and kind of open and fall onto it, shifting their weight. And this is a big issue. We don't want to shift weight. Obviously, we want to keep our weight all the way back. Now, a lot of coaches out there, they don't either notice this or they don't see a problem with this. But I'm going to show you the biggest reason why you don't want this to happen with your throwers. Okay, so growing up, I was a huge fan of WWF, now WWE wrestling. And my older brother and I used to wrestle all the time. We would try to mimic all the moves. We would try to do all the wrestling moves that we saw on television. We would try to do them in my living room. And one of our favorites was Ric Flair. Now, Ric Flair would do the figure 4 leg lock. And a lot of times what you would see is kind of as a way of setting up the figure 4 leg lock, you would have the other guy on the ground and Ric Flair would kind of be there and he would grab the guy's foot and he would start to externally rotate. He would start to turn the guy's foot and like beat up the inside of the guy's leg. He'd drop a knee on the inside of the guy's leg. He'd send a kick to the inside of the guy's leg as a way of like loosening the guy up before he got him in the figure 4 leg lock, okay? So if you picture this, okay, what would happen if somebody grabbed my left foot and started to twist, started to externally rotate my left foot? What do you think would happen? So watch my left foot. If I turn my left foot out, my left knee is going to go out, and eventually I'm going to have to roll up on the side of my left hip, on my left butt cheek, okay? So if somebody grabbed my leg and started twisting, my whole body is going to go with them. My whole body is going to twist. I'm not going to let them just twist my ankle and pop my ankle out, so we're going to just twist along with it. They have complete control of me because they've got my ankle and they're opening up my hip. They're opening up my legs. They're externally rotating and twisting. Well, it's the same thing that happens when you are in the circle. If you open up that left foot, if you swing that left foot open, your left knee is going to open, your hips are going to open, and you're going to start to open up toward the throwing area. We want to stay back. We want to keep our weight back. So opening up is not a good thing. So you don't want to reach. You don't want to point with your foot. You shouldn't be trying to play footsie with the toe board and reach for the toe board. That's not the best way of doing this. Instead, we want you to land on the tip of the toe and then open and ground after. Don't open the foot up. Don't try to ground the foot too early. Don't do it when it's in the air because it's going to open up your hips and turn your whole body toward the throwing area too early. All right, so now that we've established what the problem is, let's talk about drills that you can do to fix it. Now the first drill, I'll leave a card up in the corner here. In case you haven't seen it yet, we did a short season glide coaching strategy video back like right in the heart of COVID to teach your athletes to glide in like 4 days, okay? So I'll put the link up there for that video. It's a whole playlist, but I think it's video 2 that talks about this specific drill. And it's when you get your athletes set up in the power position. So it's their first couple of warm-up throws of the day. They're just getting in the circle. They're doing standing throws. This is what you want them to do. Get them set up in a really good position, just like normal. They've got the shot up against their neck. They're gonna get ready to do a standing throw, power position throw, whatever you call it. Now they're gonna be up on that big toe. Remember, we wanna teach them, get up on the big toe, okay, from here. Now typically they would probably start here and they would ground and open and then finish their throw. All right, so that's great. You've taught them how to do it. They're up on the big toe and now they're gonna ground and open and throw. All right, but instead, let's make it a little bit better. Let's make it so you can correct the issue. Let's pick the foot up first. Picking the left foot up first is going to mimic what happens in the glide, because in the glide, that left foot is obviously off the circle. It's in the air. Then it's going to come down on the big toe and then ground. So now let's do this instead. If you have an athlete and say that athlete is doing that whole footsie thing when they're trying to reach and they're trying to open and play footsie with the toe board when they do their glide, get them set up in their power position here, and then all you're going to tell them to do is lift up their foot. So they're in the power position. This is a great way of checking to make sure that they actually have all their weight back on their power leg as well. All you're going to say is lift, and when you lift, you're just going to put the toe down first and then ground and open. So lift, toe, ground, open, throw, right? So you're here, lift, toe, ground, open, throw. They're aiming for that big toe here, right here, big toe first, big toe, ground, open, throw. It just teaches them that there's a tiny little extra step, that they're going to come down on the big toe and then they're going to ground and throw. All right, so that's a teeny tiny little change. It's just a little addition that you can put in their standing throws and their power position throws. The big change happens when they do their stop glides. So stop glides are one of my favorite drills for the throw. And basically when they do their stop glide, you want them to land on the big toe. You want that to be the focus. So typically, stop glide, you're going to be in the back of the circle here, you're going to do your glide, and then you're going to stop when you get to the power position. Now, your athlete, if they are trying to play footsie with the toe board, they are trying to open up and reach, they're probably going to look like this. They're going to start in the back of the circle and glide, and they're going to reach, and they're going to end up like this, where they're reaching with their foot, and now all their weight has shifted. Now they're open, and they're facing 9 o'clock instead of facing 12. I mean, look how much extra you can turn back just by landing up on the tip of the big toe. Okay, so instead, you're going to have them do a stop glide, landing on the tip of the big toe. Then they're going to throw. It's a great way to break it down, a great way to keep all their weight on the right, make sure they're wound up, and it's a great way to teach that landing on the tip of the big toe. Here's what it looks like. Stop glide, landing on the tip of the big toe. Here. There it is. We're up on the tip of the big toe. Then you just instruct them to throw, and they can open up and throw. All right, so pretty simple stuff, nothing too weird, nothing that's going to take up too much time at practice, nothing where you're going to say, oh man, I don't have enough time to do this, or it's one extra drill now I have to do. All you're doing is just changing one little part. You're probably already doing your standing throws, I hope you are, doing your standing throws. Just put the focus on lifting and then putting the toe down first before they throw. You're probably, hopefully, already doing your stop glides. Just have the focus instead be a stop glide where they are landing on the tip of the big toe and not trying to reach for the toe board, open up their hips, and play footsie with the toe board. Also, as you saw in the very beginning of this video, our overnight camps are happening again, and I am so super excited that the overnight camps are coming back. We're doing 2 camps out at Allegheny College out in western PA, kind of that Erie, PA area, Ohio, Pennsylvania border, kind of out that way. So make sure, guys, go check out the link below. I'll leave it in the description of this video. Registration with an early bird discount starts February 1st and goes until February 28th. So the entire month of February, you get $50 off the entrance fee of the camp. Everything is on the website. Registration starts the 1st. If you click the button, it's not going to work. Registration starts the 1st, so make sure you guys go to the link down below, click the link, go visit the website, read all about this awesome camp, the awesome coaches we have coming this year. It's unbelievable the amount of coaches. We actually have 8 coaches this year instead of our normal 6 because I couldn't turn people away. So many coaches were emailing saying, hey, can I work at your camp? Like Olympic coaches and head coaches of colleges and Division I throws coaches, people that just want to get out and help. They are coming to the camp, and we want you to get the help that you deserve. All right, so check out that link down below. Leave a comment. Let me know what you want to see, and I will go over it in a future video.